Ay, hello, good morning. I don't know if you can hear me, but I hope that you could. I have the time today to just quickly share with you the content that I made on the podcast. It's the common misconceptions of dating a Filipina, and my love did make a comment that I don't sound like myself. Love, I am a Filipina and I do sound like a Filipina sometimes, although I must really say I do make an effort to make it sound like a Filipina-y. Because I don't know, I just like to hear myself sound like a Filipina, and sometimes I sound like I'm not a Filipina. But anyway, that's beside the point. And I just wanted to share with you like my thoughts on the common misconceptions about dating a Filipina, because there's a lot out there. And I know I did make a community post, like my first ever community post, misconceptions of dating a foreigner, and I thought I would start with the misconceptions of dating a Filipina because I just want to start from there. And I narrowed it down to actually 3 common adjectives that are often used to describe Filipinas who date Westerners in generalization with the general statements or general adjectives saying that Filipinas are gold diggers, poor, uneducated, and subservient women. First of all, I just wanted to say that while there are some Filipinas that may very well fit those descriptions, they are far from being representatives of the entire Filipina community who are dating Westerners. I mean, and also, not all gold diggers, scammers, poor, uneducated, subservient women are Filipinas. There are certainly women from other races who are the same and could be even worse. It just really depends upon the person. But I just really don't like this notion that others have, maybe some Westerners and even our fellow Filipino people, they think like when you're with a foreigner, it's just because you want their money and all that. Well, first of all, not all foreign people are rich. Like, oh my god, they're simply just people who have jobs to sustain their living. It just so happened that they're earning a much higher currency with a higher value, and that when they come to the Philippines, their currency is, or their money is, valued twice as much. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they're rich. I mean, what is rich? What is rich really? Rich is like overflowing with money. And to be honest, maybe not all, but most of the guys in dating sites, who, most especially the ones that are older, they're just people, normal people. They're not overly rich. They're just regular people. And well, there are really also like people, women who are gold diggers and scammers, but it's not true to all. And I know that you know that to yourself, and still I don't understand why people generalize Filipinas as that, because we're really not. And well, I'm not here to push it, but rather I'm here to like just encourage everyone to have at least an open mind. And when you start to judge a person based on history and societal factors without even knowing a person, it's not even telling about the person, it's telling about you and the person that you are. So judgy and judgmental, and I don't even know what for, because most of the time judgment is unnecessary. And why do you even have to judge anyone, right? And yes, the Philippines undeniably is not the country that is able to provide everyone with proper, sufficient, appropriate education. So a lot of Filipinos are uneducated, but it doesn't mean that we are less of a person. Like, because there's someone out there, not just one, but a lot of people who have their PhDs, their master's degrees, or whatever degrees they have, and they can still be like the worst person in the world. Like, the quality of a person is not based on his or her educational attainment. It's character, values, and yeah. And also, lastly, Filipinas, they say, are subservient. I'm a Filipina and I'm not subservient. I'm really not. And I speak my mind. That's why I'm here. I'm speaking my mind, even though you're not asking for my mind. I'm still speaking it anyway, because I just want to. And if I find, or if I'm in a situation where it calls for it, or that when I have to speak my mind and my opinion, even if it's against whoever person, for as long as I believe in myself and I believe in what I believe, I will definitely say it. I'll make sure you hear it and you understand it. I'm not one to just shut up and be silent, because no, I'm just not gonna do that. Yeah, well, bottom line of the podcast, or the content that I wanted to say, is that everyone is different. I could be a Filipina, she could be Filipina, I could be American, Australian, British, blah blah, and I could scam you either way if I wanted to. It's not about the race, it's not about anything but the person's values and characters individually. It cannot ever be generalized, because general statement is, or generalization is, applied to a certain group of people having a specific or certain characteristic, group of people. Okay, let me just process this. Group of people who falls under a similar category. So that's generalization, or a general statement. But that does not necessarily make it more truthful. Like when you generalize something or people, which you should never do, and unless you really have to, but most of the time you don't really have to, so don't generalize people, stop stereotyping, and if you feel like you have to judge a person, my God, get to know the person first, not just look outward, because that's just gonna mislead you. And yeah, openness, kindness to one another, and world peace. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I just really want to say that dating a Filipina is like dating any other women from any other race. It's no different. Maybe it's different because we love better. Charot. We do. I think we do. I know I love really hard and really true. So yeah, well, anyway, I hope you can listen to the podcast. I'm gonna leave the link down below in the description box. A lot of the people who are viewing my content are not subscribed to my channel. If you didn't know, subscription is free, so please hit that subscribe button. It'll help me a lot in growing this channel. And if you want to be extra, also press the bell button so you can get notified whenever I have a new update. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Stay sane, kind, and confident. Bye.